Good morning, friends. Today we will read how to write a summary. Because last 2 days I had prose. Before that I taught you poetry. And today because the question comes summary. Now, what is a summary? When you read something and you make a half of it, remember it. In a passage which you don't have 1/3, but a summary is always half. Okay? So, you summarize. How? Now, when you summary, you make a, just suppose there are 500 words, you have to make 250 words. You did not give a title. You don't give a title because it is not a précis. Do not give a title. 250 words. Yesterday you were there in the class and we did one exercise. That is from Legend of a Legend about the man Saroj Babu's character, nature. So that we did it. So, summary you find, when you write a summary, you just find out the main points. Then you find main point, secondary points. Then you must know subject. Whether the writer talks about car festival. You find descriptions. You find so many other things, the people. Okay. So, how to select main points? Main point, suppose a passage is there and he talks about corona. Okay. Now, the problem is when was it? When did it come? When did it come to Odisha? Then, what did it come from? Then first, second, third. Then what are the factors? Means causes. Then 5, the intensity Intensity. Intensity. Then 6, suffering of the people. Of the people. Okay? Suffering of the people. Then 7, precautions. Precautions. Then 8, results. Look at this. As we know, all of us have already known something about the newspapers, about TV, what is corona. That must be in the passage. Okay? And how did it come to Odisha, and when did it come to Odisha? You write, that must be in the passage, that corona came to Odisha in the month of, say, about April or March. Okay? But corona was already there a year back in China. Then what did it come from that China? What are the factors, the causes? What are the factors, causes? Nobody knows, but we have precautions. We have precautions that you have already covered your face and nose. Okay? So you cannot, because most important thing, it comes from mouth, and of late it has been found it comes from air also. And it comes through touch. Touch. That comes through, it comes from what are the factors, causes, touch. Human touch. A man suffering from corona in fact is cold, fever, then headache, then ultimately it affects your lungs and respiratory system, and ultimately there is death unless it is taken care of. Unless it is taken care of. And the intensity, then suffering of the people, it comes through touch. So naturally, now entire Odisha is stand still. It doesn't move. Your schools and colleges have been closed. No exam. No human contact class. This is that I take your class, you are somewhere listening to me, and you find every day is a frightening day for you, for me. We are not sure of. Because no medicine has yet been found out. that it hasn't reached us. We do not know what happened to other places, but it hasn't reached us. This corona has taken a toll of human life. In other countries like France, like America, okay, like England. So you find India is a thickly populated places and not much advanced in human understanding of the situations. We are not disciplined. We want me suffering, so you should suffer. There is a peculiar psychology that it happens to me, it should happen to you, which is not in other places. America has been taking steps, and America is most advanced, but it hasn't been able to find any medicine, any injection, so any preventive measures. Now we have been told that in England, Oxford University has come out with medicines, with injections. Russia has also found out. Now we blame China because it started, we do not know how it started. Because I am the senior-most among you. I don't have the experience of cholera. When cholera started, the same situation, thousands of people died in cholera. Thousands. In my school days, I had to take cholera injection, compulsory by school. And the mark is still there in my left arm. Then came smallpox, which was also controlled. And in our schools, we had to go for inoculation. Inoculation. Inoculation means taking injections. Okay, taking tika is a kind of this one. We all, but it took 100 years. Remember it. I was not born when cholera came to India, to the world. And thousands died, and I was born. With my birth, I was given one injection. There is another TB, which was very violent. Most of the writers used to die from TB, tuberculosis, the disease of the lungs, cough and cold, fever. So most of the writers, innumerable writers like Keats, D.H. Lawrence, even Indian writers, and all those frustrated lovers, they suffer from TB. And they died. There is no medicine for that. No medicine. After a long time, injection came and we were given painful injection, compulsory. Even you find, I have found students crying. Injection here, compulsory. And in the process, TB is out. It is no more. Cholera is out. Smallpox is out. But it took 200 to 300 years. Similarly, we do not know when corona will come to an end. Because every day newspaper says more and more, more and more. Of course, people are cured. It doesn't matter the medicine, but they have not found the exact medicine, exact injection. So you find we go for trial and error method. Now I read from the newspaper that TB injection can be applied. Look at this. TB injection, because it affects lungs. Ultimately lungs affected and man dies. And it is generally it is feared, and it affects the old people like me. Old people and children, not the young people like all of you. Still then, we have to take the protection. We have to be very careful. So you find, if you are asked to write about corona passes, mostly it may come. You be prepared how to make a summary of it. When did it start? How did it start? Nobody knows. So many rumors are there. The scientists, Chinese scientists were in the laboratory examining something, and something went beyond their control. It may happen, but every day thousands of examinations, experimentations are going on, and you do not know how it comes. But people had to suffer. Even it is said that those who scientists, they also died. So, but government of Odisha have controlled a lot. Odisha is not that bad like Delhi. Odisha is not that bad like Bengal, West Bengal. Odisha is not that bad like UP. Kerala has improved. But when you open the newspapers, we are Odias, we live in Odisha, so we must be concerned about Odisha. Your exam was suspended, but life is more important than your study. First you leave, then you think of growing up. Then you think of your better off. Then you think of your educations. Unless I leave, how can I read? So this is how the life moves. So any question from Corona, be prepared. Ask your students to get prepared on Corona. A summary of this, a facts given, 200, 300 words, and they have to write within 150 words. So maximum 300 or 400 words they will give you, and you have to write. And it won't be difficult for the students. Only thing, they must write correctly. And they must practice. Without that, a thing can happen. Okay? So the Corona, you find suffering of people, recursions and results. Results are there. We need not be so much frightened, because all of you are coming to classes because you are okay, safe. I am coming to class though I am 74 because I am disciplined. I put on the mask, and the government want you to put on the mask. Okay? So this mask is a very important thing, because I talk, you talk, there may be some virus that passes. Okay? And we suffer. This is about the summary, half of it. Don't copy from the passage. That is the most important thing. Don't copy. Don't copy from the passage. Write in your own words. Don't copy the words and expressions. The students, teach them not to do it. Write from their own language. They will commit mistakes, undoubtedly. No doubt about that. We commit mistakes. So don't put down a student that you don't know anything, all these wrongs. No. Correct them. Tell them how to write and what to write. How to write and what to write. So, they make a rough copy, but they have to read the passage carefully in the examination hall. You may be given 20 minutes time for that questions, but the mark will be a very good mark. Student can fetch. Don't copy the passage, write in their own words. That Corona is a dangerous disease. No harm. Corona came unknown to us. It is said Corona came from China. Okay? And Corona came to Orissa from the month of, any month that April or March or April. Okay? Then what has happened? Schools, colleges have been closed. There are shut down of the shops or timely curfew, night curfew is there, because the people won't come out. If I remain at my house, at my home, no problem. But the moment I come and I talk, I interact with the people, I have chance. So the government want you to be confined, to be at your home, and you never come unless there is work. Cinema halls are closed, temples are closed. Look at the situations. All these temples are closed. We Indians are bhaktas, worshippers of gods and goddesses. Jagannath temple is closed. Imagine the situations, the gravity, the seriousness of the situations. So, government have been taking all the possible steps to help you and to prevent suffering from corona. And government have been successful. It is being controlled. Even Malkangiri was very much affected, badly affected Malkangiri, and government have been able. Okay? So you find, suppose the corona that comes in your exam, okay? This is how summary is being written. Summarize, write half, always. Don't leave any facts, don't elaborate anything. Write in short, don't copy sentences from the passage. Even do not copy the words. Okay? Of course, corona you will copy, you have to. So you find that you must, whenever you find time, you read. Read the newspapers, corona. So you find that you get prepared for the exam. And you tell the students, this is a topic, it's a burning topic. Okay? Then you find when you write about these are got 10 marks and application. Some applications. Suppose there is theft, regular theft in a locality, and you have to write the appropriate authority. Suppose you are living in a small area, village, what happened? So applications. Suppose there is corona in a locality. You are to write an application to the appropriate authority. To the appropriate authority. Authority. So you have to write. You can write to the collector or to the health officer, to the district health officer, district health officer, or to the collector. Okay? Or to the CDMO, Chief District Medical Officer, CDMO. You say, sir, so you write anything, sir. You can give a subject, spread of corona. Okay, sir, I am inhabitant or I live in such and such village. There have been 2 to 3 cases in our locality. Our village is a small village of 300 families, and one of them suffered, then another followed. Before it turns out to be an epidemic, I request you to take immediate steps. You write to the district health officer or to the collector or to the chief district medical officer. So suppose you are staying in a remote village, and the people are not conscious of that. Most of them are not very much aware. They do not know how to read or write. You are the only person who knows how to write. So you have to take the leadership. Otherwise all people will die. And certainly the authorities will take steps. Certainly the authorities, the municipality. Okay? So they will go and they will immediately separate the people. They will take preventive measures and stop spreading it and take care of the people. So the corner you have to write, and at last yours faithfully or sincerely, write down your name, village, even a mobile phone. All these things have to be given because time has changed. Mobile phone is now the only way of connection, media, only possible media. Okay? So, the authority will contact you, because this was done when cholera was there. I remember in my childhood, we used to get the questions like this in exam. So I am interested in your exam. You should be interested in students' exam, because they have not been taught. So it is through online we have to teach them. So you find, since they are there. So I told you another thing, there is a theft in a locality. Okay? Theft. Whom to address? Suppose you are in a village, you have to write to the Thana in charge, police station in charge, or inspector of police station. Okay? You can write subject. You can write subject. Theft in our locality. Then you write, sir, I am an inhabitant, or I live in this locality. Most of the days there are thefts. People have tried, or the people have come together for night watch, but they have failed. We are unable to sleep at night. So I request you, on behalf of the villagers, or you can write yours, I request you, as an inhabitant of the village, to take proper steps to control theft. Theft. Control theft. All of you are teachers, you know it. So these are the things. And yours sincerely or yours faithfully, comma, write down your name, your address or your mobile number. Because you are already advanced. Mobile number is everywhere, every corner. Where there is no post office, mobile phone is there. So no problem. In my time, mobile phone was not there. In my time means when I retired, before my retirement, I learned how to use a mobile phone. Now even a dog can use a mobile phone, no problem. A child, 1 year child, 2 years child, they play with mobile phones. So the people have come in close contact, human contact has expanded. So there is nothing wrong to quote your mobile phone. It is for the human use. Okay? Suppose your mother is sick at late night. Who is to help you? Well, mobile phone. If you at least you know the pH, public health, pH, phone, mobile phone or compounder number or even doctor, village doctor's number, you can take his advice. So this is how you find that all these things will come in the examinations. To write an application is most important. You remember it. Then write an essay. Know how to write an essay. Essay means I speak. Essay means I speak. Whatever comes to my mind. Okay. And he might have given you some points. He can give you some points and 10 marks essay within 300 words, suppose. So essay is whatever comes to your mind. The best essay is always the best, because there is no question of how to write, when to write. Anything comes to your mind is an essay. Essay means I see, I write. So you find that somebody has said essay is a loose chalet, like those you find chalet of the mind. Whatever comes to your mind. Your entire prose, you find there are essays. Look, there are essays only given to that, even the title. But they know the people. But essays you find, meeting an old friend after 20 years. So this is an essay. You are not 20. Or about your grandfather. You write anything, my grandfather's name is this. My father's name is this. My grandfather's age is 70, 90, 80. Grandma is still living. Okay? Grandfather is the head of the family. We call him Oja, Nona, Bappa in Odisha. Okay? And grandfather is able to walk also. In the morning he collects flowers. He does not go to the market. Father does it. But he comes and asks me about my study. My grandfather is not very much educated, but he can read Odiyas. He reads Bhagavata. He reads Gita. He talks to me story of Raman, Mahabharata. Okay? I sit with him in prayer in the evening. I love my grandfather. He is the head of the family. He loves me. I love him. Finish up. Finish up. What are his food habits? You can write. He is not that old. Suppose he is very old man. My mother feeds him. Okay? Or he can't go to toilet. So, My father helps him to go to toilet. Okay? All this process, or even if a rich man, my parents have time. My parents have fixed one you find medical help, the nurse to look after my grandfather. She comes. When she doesn't come, my mother, my father, both of them help my grandfather. Okay? So he is the head of the family till he dies. Because my father does not do anything without his asking, without asking him. And he being the eldest in the family, he advises us. So this is essay. Grandfather, grandmother, or your favorite teacher. You write, my favorite teacher is Dr. Subhash Chandra Das. He teaches us zoology. He is very sincere. He comes regularly. Students are afraid of him, but he loves students. I also love him. That you see how the essay means you are talking to yourself. Essay. I told you he is a loose Sally. That you find charming loose Sally, that comes from your head. Yes. So you find I taught you how to summarize, how to write an application. Okay? To application, no, not for a job, but to whom to write when there is a epidemic in your village, small remote village. I don't say about towns. I say about the remote village. Who is there? There must be one dispensary. And you have a mobile phone. Use it. That I am such and such and such. And in my village, in my area, there is corona. So necessary steps should be taken to save people. So like this, you have to prepare for the exam. Okay? Thank you very much.